Well, hello. It's been a while. I haven't posted a video in a little while because I'm a teacher and I've been trying to get back into the swing of school year starting, and things have been a little bit busy around here, but that's okay. Oh boy, do I have something to tell you about today. Um, yeah, Eliza and Her Monsters. I just finished reading this book a couple minutes ago, and I started it this morning before school started. I had been struggling to get through the current book that I was reading, and I thought I'm just going to stop that for a while. And I've had this book on my shelf for a couple months. It came in my owl crate, which is why it has the yellow letters instead of the green ones, which are on the typical cover, because the owl crate exclusive cover has the yellow on it, which is fun. And so I grabbed this one, and before school started and any kids had arrived, I sat down and started reading a few pages, and all of a sudden I got sucked in. Like I have not gotten sucked into a book in a long, long, long time. It's almost ridiculous how I got sucked into this book. I mean, it's almost 400 pages long, and I read it in a single day. I To say that I devoured this book would be a bit of an understatement. I was having total freak out moments. There would be times when, um, like my reading class was having silent reading time, and so of course I had flipped open the book, and I got to this part that was like a plot twist, and I would be, and couldn't say anything because it was silent reading time in class, and ah. It's homecoming week here in my town, and so I went to watch Powder Puff football and spent most of the time reading. But I did have a few conversations and was holding this book on my lap the whole time. And one of my former students who's in college now was chatting with me, and I was trying to explain to him how like deeply in love I have fallen with this book, and he just looked at me like, "You're nuts." And that's okay. Oh, I have not loved a book so quickly and so hard in a long time. I mean, I I don't know if it even since Harry Potter. I don't know, because when I think about like Akamath and that series by Sarah J. Maas, I so fell in love with those characters, but not so fast and so hard. So, okay, I'm going to stop rambling and tell you a little bit about the book, because you're probably thinking, okay, shut up and get to the story, right? Okay, so Eliza and Her Monsters is about a girl named Eliza who, her last name is Merk, which is kind of funny. She is the creator of this web comic called Monstrous Sea, and it has become extremely popular with millions and millions of readers, and there's fan merchandise and fan fiction and fan art about these characters that she's created. And she's also a high school student, and so she's working on this webcomic series while trying to be a high school student, but she does not have really any friends. She has a very nice family. Her parents are awesome, and she has these cute, fun twin brothers, Church and Sully, and this great big dog that's super cuddly named Davy, and she's just got this really nice family, but other than that, she doesn't interact much with people face to face. She has some very good friends online that kind of help her run the content of her fan site. There's Max and Emmy, and they just know each other from a distance online, but they are friends. And something interesting happens to Eliza. In the first few chapters, she starts to notice this new kid, Wallace, at school. He's built kind of big like a football player, but he doesn't play football, and he doesn't hang out with the footballers. He's just kind of on his own all the time. One day she notices some boys kind of picking on him, teasing him about he's writing something, and she notices that they're teasing him about writing fan fiction for Monstrous Sea. And no one at her school knows that she is the creator of Monstrous Sea. Her immediate family are the only people that actually know, along with the two online friends that help her. And So she doesn't tell him, hey, that's my story or anything, but she does stand up for this guy and kind of tells the bullies, knock it off, get away from him. And they slowly become friends. Wallace, we find out, has some struggles of his own. He has an interesting family situation as well. Both of his parents are gone, and if you read the story, you'll find out more about why. He does still have like step parents that he lives with and siblings. And he's a writer. He's a very good writer, and he is writing magics. Or sorry, it's late. He is writing Monstrous Sea as a transcription or a novel, and and Eliza's like, well, crap. I'm not sure I want to read this, but he's asking her as a friend to read his stuff, and so she ends up reading some of his stuff and loving it and realizing what a good writer he is. Now, up until this point, I haven't really given any spoilers, so I think I might just call it quits here with the story because I don't want to spoil anything for anybody. I do want to point out, and it does say this on the dust jacket, so I think it's fair game in a review video, that at some point Eliza's secret does get accidentally released to the world. And so that causes some complications for her, obviously. And so she's going to have to deal with that as well. The book, if you read it, has a lot of pages that are messages online. And then there's also some drawing pages that are illustrations. And some pages out of the web series, comic series that she does. You can see this one here is a message page. So some of the pages read pretty quickly because they're conversations and posts and things, and of course you have the illustrations. I think even if it didn't have the illustrations in there and that, I think it would still read very quickly just because it's such an amazing story. I hadn't read Francesca Zappia's other book. Apparently she has one called Made You Up, and I guess I just hadn't heard of it before. I don't know why. Anyway, now I'm definitely interested in checking it out because I really love her writing style, and I think that she's just a very lovely writer, and she understands how to get inside a character's head and definitely creates the feels in this book. I was so feeling the feels from almost page 1. Just, oh, yeah, not even just between a character or a pair that you want to ship, but just feels for the main character, for Eliza and her situation as well. So there's lots of different kind of feelings happening. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what else to say, but other than just read this book. Full disclosure, this book does have the F word in it. It appears a few times here and there. So if you're concerned about books with swear words in them, this does have it in there. I think the story is worth reading despite that, but that's just my personal opinion, and you don't have to read this if you're not interested in reading stories with cuss words in them, because I know some people are not. Anyway, I hope that you find this interesting. I know that there have been a lot of reviews out about this book already, but it took me a while to get to it for some reason, because I don't know why. Anyway, love, love, love this book, and now I feel like I'm going into a book hangover, and I need to go get some sleep so that I can get up and try to be a good teacher in the morning. Yeah, so have a lovely day, everyone out there. Happy reading. Adios.